Hello students, I welcome you to this class. Here we study the chapter 2 for the students of class 9th. This is second part of the chapter, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. And this is second session of this lesson. So first we get some point about the first part of this chapter. So this chapter is about Indian classical music and musicians. So this lesson is an effort to understand Indian classical musicians and instruments, especially the origin of Shehnai and Shehnai maestro Ustad Bismillah Khan. Ustad Bismillah Khan was a great musician, a devout patriot and a liberal human being. He was one of the most eminent musicians of India. He was born and brought up in the family of musicians. He inherited and learned a lot from his paternal and maternal families. But he further enriched the Shehnai music by his improvised ragas, which he harmonized with the waves of the Ganga. His passion for music started at the early age of 3 and continued up to his death at 90 years old. So that was all about as we had studied in first part. So let's start to read this paragraph. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Trust with Destiny speech. So on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan played the Shehnai from the Red Fort. It was a historic day as India gained independence on that day. He became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. His audience included illustrious names such as Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi, they were included, they were his audience and who later gave his famous speech Trust with Destiny. That was an historical achievement in the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. So he had not only given the performance in India but also in foreign countries as well. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Jahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpet and other souvenirs. So his first trip to foreign country was to Afghanistan, where King Jahir Shah was so attracted by the performance of Ustad Bismillah Khan that he gifted him priceless Persian carpet and many other things as a prize, and these things given in the memory of a place, person or events. So King of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was also very impressed after hearing Bismillah's plays at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. So here not only the king of Afghanistan was fascinated by the Bismillah Khan music, but also film director Vijay Bhatt, he was also very impressed with Bismillah Khan's play as he had played at a festival and that he named a film after the instrument called Goonj Uthi Shehnai. This film was a hit and one of Bismillah Khan's composition Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya turned out to be a nationwide chart buster. He had become record breaker. This song has become record breaker. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's venture in film music were limited to two. He had not given film music to many films, but only two films that were Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivasa Kannada venture Sanadi Appana. So he has given his music into films. I just cannot come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he said with emphasis. He could not like, he could not attract toward the artificiality and glamour of the film world. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival and Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahir Mosaki Ustad Bismillah Khan. So he was invited to perform at Lincoln Center Hall, USA, participated in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival and Osaka Trade Fair. Such was his international fame that in Tehran an auditorium has been named after him. That name Tahir Mosaki Ustad Bismillah Khan. So he, by his performances, he achieved award and he achieved name and fame. So that was the achievement in the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan. National awards like the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. Conferred means given. So he was awarded by many awards like Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. So what was the India's highest civilian award? That is Bharat Ratna. So he was awarded in 2001 by the India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "All I would like to say is teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even in the West is now coming to learn our music." So with the very much desired award Bharat Ratna resting on his chest, his eyes glinting with rare happiness, and he said that parents should teach their children Hindustani music, which has a rich tradition, and even the West is earning to learn it. So this teaches us that he teaches us to be a patriotic to one's country and not get attracted by foreign things. So with the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan, we learn that we should be patriotic towards our motherland, and this he said we need to give back to our motherland and what we got and earned from her. His life is also a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. In spite of having travelled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Banaras and Dumra, and they remain for him the most wonderful town of the world. As he has travelled all over the world, he is fondly known as Khan Sahib, and he is exceedingly fond of his native place Banaras and Dumra, and he considers them as the most wonderful town of the world. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temple there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Later he is remembered to have. That is why whenever I am in foreign country, I keep earning to say Hindustan. So Bismillah Khan refused to start a Shehnai school in the USA. because he could not live outside India. His students who have asked him to head the Shehnai school promised that he would recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating the temple in the city. However, he wanted to know if his student could also transport river Ganga, which his student obviously could not. It was because it was not possible. He himself said that whenever he was in foreign country, he kept earning to see Hindustan. And while in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras and the Holy Ganga. And while he lived in Mumbai, he only think of Banaras and Holy River Ganga. And while in Banaras, and he missed the unique Matha of Dumra. So that was about that was his thinking about his native place, about his motherland, and that shows he was a great patriot. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So, as in the previous paragraph, so he had a profound love for the Ganga in the Banaras and his birthplace, the state in Dumra, Bihar. Such high regard does he have for the rich heritage of India. He was not allured by the glamour of the film world. So in this paragraph that we understand about him that Bismillah Khan was a liberal human being who had respect for all religion. Though a devout Muslim, he played Shehnai every day in the Kashi Vishwanath temple, Banaras, and thus a great Muslim and a great human being. Bismillah Khan earned international repute for himself. So, as we had studied with the life of Bismillah Khan, he immensely loved India, particularly Banaras and Dora. And in his initial years, the temple of Balaji, Mangala Maiya, and bank of River Ganga in Banaras became his favorite haunts, where he could practice in peace and solitude. And his student who had asked him to head the Shehnai school, this by replicating the temple in the city. However, he wanted to know if this student could transport river Ganga, and which the student obviously could not. And this he denied the offer, he declined the offer of the student to settle down in USA. So that was the life of Bismillah Khan and his achievement, and as he has given and put the place of of Shehnai to the international level, that was really great achievement of Ustad Bismillah Khan. So here there is a speech between Shekhar Gupta and Ustad Bismillah Khan is presented before you. First when we read, when the speech, this speech asked by Ustad Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? And the answer given by Ustad Bismillah Khan, God forbid me, leave Banaras, never. I went to Pakistan once. I crossed the border just to say, I have been to Pakistan. I was there for about an hour. I said Namaskar to the Pakistan and Salam Alaikum to the Indians. I had a good laugh. That the speech is taken from Reader's Digest, October 2005. So student, that is all about the chapter as we had studied. I think all you understood well. So thank you. Study well.